Hi, I'm David Dubato, and this is the No Delusion Zone. Let me just get right to it at the start. People have asked, so I'll tell you, I have not been publishing some podcasts and articles for the last, well, few days at least, because of some personal health issues. People have asked, so I thought I'd tell you. I actually appreciate the interest, but that's what's been going on. Not because of any lack of interest in what's been going on, especially stuff that's going on right now and has been going on for the last, well, few days, at least in Ukraine. There's always something going on in Ukraine, but especially in the last few days, week or so. I've had some personal health issues. I am back, and I plan on addressing that and other issues starting right now. So again, thanks for those of you who did ask. Getting right to the main topic for today, Ukraine. President Zelensky signed an order early last week essentially dissolving the authority of the two and most powerful anti-corruption agencies in Ukraine and placing them under the sole authority of the prosecutor general, a position which reports directly to him and is generally thought of as a patronage job, someone who is beholden directly to President Zelensky. He has received enormous criticism for this from international sources, but especially from within Ukraine. There have been massive protests, street protests, which we haven't seen since the Maidan protest in 2014. And I'll be honest with you, I was extremely disappointed. And let me get right to it. I'm going to receive a lot of criticism from some quarters, especially in Ukraine, for criticizing President Zelensky. I will be called somebody who has no right to criticize any Ukrainians, especially the president. I'll be told that I'm not a Ukrainian, therefore I should shut my mouth. I'll be told that I am someone who doesn't understand internal Ukrainian politics, therefore I shouldn't have any say in this. And similar comments. I understand that. I truly do. It's a very sensitive topic. But I'm going to wade in anyway because it's too important and because I have been one of the strongest backers of Ukraine, specifically President Zelensky, for many years. And guess what? I'm going to continue to do so. I think that Zelensky really screwed up. This was a boneheaded, tragic mistake that he made. I'm not going to tell you that I know the exact reasons why he did this. I believe he was pressured from many different quarters within his administration to do this, mostly from people who were under investigation by the anti-corruption agencies in question, or politicians or business people who are about to be under investigation by the anti-corruption agencies. No doubt that's what happened. I have no direct proof of that, but you don't have to be a Sherlock Holmes to realize that's what probably happened. Why he gave in to those requests, that I don't know. But guess what? Zelensky's a human being. I think he's an extraordinary human being, one of the most extraordinary human beings of our time. And I've said so on many occasions. But he's a human being. He makes mistakes. This was a mistake. Big mistake. But so what? He made it. 2 days later, albeit after massive street protests, he reversed course, filed a new bill, essentially pulling back on all of the components of the previous bill, dissolving the most of the components of those anti-corruption agencies. From what I've read, it doesn't go far enough. It still leaves some of the decisions to the prosecutor general, essentially the president's office, if you will. I think if, and I pray when, this new law goes through and the responsibilities of the anti-corruption agencies are reestablished, that addendums be filed that give them the original powers that they had, period. And so that there's no question of meddling, of interference from the president's office or any politician's office. none of the, from the Verkhovna Rada, the parliament of Ukraine, they cannot be seen to be meddling in anti-corruption investigations. Look, Ukraine is still desperately fighting a battle, two battles, one against Russia, one against corruption, that they've been fighting since their independence in the early 1990s. They have made many, many great strides in their anti-corruption battle, many of them thanks to President Zelensky. But it's nowhere near the end. They have a long, long way to go. They know that, meaning the administration knows that. The parliament knows that. At least the ones with half a brain know that. They are not going to be admitted to NATO or the EU unless they clean up their corruption act. And this, at least the bill that was passed earlier in the week, is not the way to go. Reversing the bill is the way to go. But now that the damage has been done, there needs to be a lot more in the very near future to prove to the Western world, specifically to the EU and NATO, that they learned their lesson from this huge, tragic mistake. They won't let it happen again, and that they're going to double down on their anti-corruption efforts. But know this, my backing still goes to President Zelensky. I happen to still believe that Ukraine is the new torchbearer for Western democracies. And Zelensky is the leader of the new torchbearer of Western democracies, Ukraine. And he will remain that way until such time as I see that he's no longer fit. That time is not today. And that's the end of my spiel, my rant for this podcast. Again, I welcome your concern and need your support. So please subscribe to this podcast. Become specifically a paid subscriber to protecttherepublic.com. You have to go to www.protectingtherepublic.com, www.protectingtherepublic.com. The web URL is behind me in the neon sign. Become a paid subscriber. I need all the support I can get. I'm going to try to pound these out as often as I can now. And I'm talking about podcasts, both video and audio, as well as articles. But I need your support. Become a paid subscriber. Tell your friends and colleagues and families to become a paid subscriber to protectingtherepublic.com. Until next time, you all, take care, stay safe, and stay sane.